YouTube, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Gamma Club, 6/15/2010. Finally, it's here. The official release of Tournament Mode downloadable content. Yes, it's finally available on Xbox Live, and I'm pretty sure it's also available on PlayStation Network as well. So I played twice. Now, the very first time I lost to a Gal player. Really good Gal player. He did not turtle, and he was extremely aggressive, and he wound up winning the entire tournament. And I tried to join the room and play again. I wasn't able to do so. I was looking around for some other tournaments. Not too many were being created, and the content has just been released, so I just went ahead and created my own tournament on my own room. And these particular players in the room, they were very skilled, but for the most part, they were a little defensive. And I mean, this guy has 7,000 battle points. The Ibuki, she wasn't the best, but she was okay. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to flash forward to the end of this particular match because it really did drag on. And anyway, yes, the guy player won it. You know, he did his thing. Now, there was a Jury player. In the beginning of this video, you see Jury doing her ultra on an Akuma. Now, the Akuma player that she took out was a 3,000 player point Akuma. He was extremely skilled, and it was a very intense matchup. What amazes me, or what blows me away, is that this Jury player that I'm about to face right now, this Jury player was doing combos, was doing all types of tricks, counters, everything. I mean, he has skills, and it's kind of, you know, it reminds me of Flo's Jury, if you've seen that. What kind of threw me off, however, is the fact that once she faced my Geef, it was just a whole different story. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, you can't run into Geef, you can't jump into Geef, and blah, blah, blah. However, what you got to realize is that you cannot just simply run and do one move against Geef as well. I mean, there's so many different ways to get in on Geef. You can trap them. I mean, a lot of players basically do a jump kick and then they jump straight up. And the reason why is that a lot of Geef players are extremely reactive. And when you jump straight up, more than likely they're going to try to grab you, and they'll miss that, and you'll be able to really counter, attack. So in this particular match that I'm having, as you can see, I mean, I was getting so many basic hits off of this player. I was actually amazed. And, I'm back on the D-pad. I'm not even doing like a rush down Geef the way that I normally would. And I'm definitely not even getting in the way I should, like with the FADC or, doing any kind of green hand. I basically was jumping in on him. I was really amazed. I mean, seriously, you guys should have really saw the Akuma matchup against this Jury to understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I skipped to the final round because the second round was just too unbearable to watch. I mean, first of all, he just spammed those kick fireballs, the high ones. And not that it was working on me. I mean, I was really doing my thing until my controller died out on me. And of course, I stood there, when your controller dies out. And like most online players, he had no mercy. He went ahead and finished me off. And I'm not even mad at that. I really didn't care because I knew I can take him out easily. I mean, I'm just shocked that this was the same guy that took out the 3,000 player point Akuma. He was doing combos. He was countering. His response time was on point. Everything was amazing. But then he's facing Geef, and he has no clue what to do. What's even more amazing is that I'm not even playing an aggressive Geef. I'm barely doing half of what Geef can do in terms of his potential, and yet I took him out with no problem whatsoever. Anyway, my whole point is you really have to learn how to play against every character, especially if that's your main character. Whether you need to practice with some friends online or you have some friends locally, play against every kind of character. Like, you hear me say I hate Shotos all the time, but I understand that most people love to pick Ryu or Ken. Yeah, and at least 75% of the people I face in ranked matches are Shotos. So the point is, you just really have to learn how to fight against every kind of character with whoever your main is. And anyway, your boy made it to the finals, the grand finals. I'm going against the 7,000 battle point guy. He has 3,000 player points, I believe. We're pretty much evenly matched in terms of points. I lost about 1,000 points during that week. I chose to use Dan, so I probably would have had at least 3,500 or more player points. But that's beside the point. We know numbers are just numbers in a lot of cases. So this guy, oh man, what can I say? Looks like it was another one of those cases, like not knowing what to do against Geef. I'll play some extremely good guys or guy players, and they can own Geef. I mean, they understand his dynamics, they understand his traps, his combos, and they pretty much know exactly how to use Guy in such a way that prevents Geef from really being able to get any kind of throws. So anyway, I mean, he knows combos. You see him doing this thing, and he has me almost trapped in the corner. Now, right there, I meant to do the Ultra. I know a lot of people watching this are going to say, hey, he mashed the Ultra. My question is, how do you mash a 720 motion? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I know he's about to attack me, and I know that within that frame, there's a possibility that I can grab him. What am I doing, like 1080s or, like, you know, what? I don't get that. I mean, I understand mashing DP. I understand mashing certain motions. But how do you mash ultras? Like, people even say that about Blanca when he's trapped in a corner and then he does an ultra, like, oh, he mashed that. No, he didn't mash it. He just caught you with something that you didn't like. Anyway, I got the KO on my man. I can't really brag about these wins because it looked like these players just did not know how to fight against Geef. But it's my first tournament win, so I'll take it. Now, as far as my thoughts on the tournament mode itself, it's exactly what I thought. You know, it's a very simple tournament bracket system. At first, I thought it would have been cool if multiple matchups were able to occur at the same time. However, I realized that it's probably a little more fun when you're able to spectate and see the matchups, especially if you know who's in the tournaments, like friends or people that you invite. So anyway, overall, I'm pleased, and I think that it's a new addition that will keep a lot of players playing this for the summer.